Hello and welcome back to my channel, Thrifty Day. My name is Leah. I'm the creator behind Thrifty Day. Today's episode is going to be really fun. It is a very easy, beginner-friendly, super simple journal with me ornament. And the beauty of these ornaments is that almost everything is from the Dollar Tree. You can make these ornaments exclusively Dollar Tree. I actually am using things I already had in my stash. If you were like me, you have a huge Christmas stash. That's what you're looking at right now. But you can buy all the little odds and ends from the Dollar Tree or any craft store. So I painted my lids. This one is gold. I also painted some red and green, but that silver one that I'm holding is what it looks like when I purchased it directly from the Dollar Tree. Let me show you what's inside before we get going. These little, I think they're supposed to look like mason jars. They hold so much. I also bought some of those little vials from the Dollar Tree. And how cute are these little vintage tags? You don't need to use vintage tags. You could use digitals. You can buy tags from the Dollar Tree. I added puffballs. Those are also from the Dollar Tree. And cute little wooden pieces. I filled the vials with little gumdrops and bells. And I even made a teeny tiny journal. I put some stickers in there. You can really fill these with anything. I do feel like the little journal, though, kind of really makes this a journal with me ornament. I made this tiny journal entirely out of scraps. These were offcuts from my December dailies that I made last year. So all of these bits and pieces were odds and ends that were just left over, and the cover is wrapping paper. I will, of course, walk you through how I made that journal. It's pretty easy. That's why this is an easy, beginner-friendly tutorial. And if you were looking for cute tags, if you don't have real vintage tags, head over to my Etsy shop. I do have some digitals, and you can find them all over Etsy, actually. You can find bells and lots of little tiny Christmas embellishments at the Dollar Tree or any craft store. And I did buy these little candies, though, and I did that specifically because as junk journalers, we save everything. And how cute would it be to save that foil and put it in your journal? I mean, am I right? Just so cute. So this is what they look like. This is the packaging. I purposefully kept the packaging, so if you were looking for them at your Dollar Tree, you would know what to look for. How cute are these? I cannot wait to put one in my journal, of course, without the chocolate. You could also make this little DIY entirely vintage if you really kind of wanted to up your game and make this a really special like gift to give. You could use all entirely vintage pieces. But I just kind of used a little bit of everything. I added some holly to the top, and then I made these labels. If you're on my Patreon, these will be available to you as a digital. I will also have them available if you wanted to purchase them. Head over to my Patreon. All of that info is linked below. I printed mine on sticker paper, and then I used my 2-inch punch to punch them out, and then I just put the sticker right on the front of the ornament. These little journal with me ornaments are perfect for pop-ups, for markets, for boutiques, for swaps, to send your pen pals, to give as gifts, to give to teachers with a little gift card maybe. It's just very easy, very simple. All of the items are very accessible. And so I hope that you are going to enjoy this little tutorial. It's super easy. I think it will be very fun for us to make them together. And like I said, I did paint the little screw caps. I use gold and red and green. That is entirely optional. You don't have to do that step. I just think it's really cute. These little jars hold a lot. So as you can see, I'm sort of stuffing everything in. Paper shred would be really cute to have for this. I didn't have any, so I'm just using these puff balls, but I do think paper shred would be a cute addition. And then you just screw the bottom on and you have this adorable little ornament. I am using that twine at the top because I think it looks festive. But enough chit chat. Let's get into it. This is what the ornament looks like when you buy it at the Dollar Tree. You just screw the bottom off, and then we're going to stuff it full of all of the goodies. So let's get to work. These are the scraps I used to create the mini journals that I am going to put inside of the ornament. Those are some little wooden odds and ends. I have lots of bells, different kinds of bells. I am also using some tiny candy canes, these tiny stars. How cute is that? That little clip, that little gold clip. I'm sure if you are anything like me, you have odds and ends like this all over your craft area. These are like little sprays, like little holly sprays. I believe I got those at Hobby Lobby last year. I don't know if they still have them, but I have a huge amount of them, so I'm going to use them. I have these wooden ornaments that are so fun. Of course, I have lots of stickers because I always give stickers with all of my orders, so I'm going to stick some stickers in there, some tickets as well. I have these puff balls. I bought these vials, the larger size and the smaller size from Dollar Tree in the same visit. You can find those in the craft aisle. And then, of course, I have that very festive red and green twine. These little red bows are everything, you guys. I think I'm going to add these in there for sure. So stinking cute. I had this bell left over. I actually hand painted that bell. I don't know, just lots of fun things. These are vintage labels. You don't have to use vintage. You could buy labels from the Dollar Tree and really fill these up with really cute little paper ephemera. Pretty much just think of anything you would want to use as charms, perhaps, for your junk journal or that you would like in your little journal process, and that's what you would want to add into these ornaments. I mentioned before that I painted the bottoms. These ones are green and red. I think I like the red the best, and so that's what we're going to do now. I'm also going to cut this little silver ornament hanger off the top. I just think that adding red and white twine would be a little more adorable. I'm going to save that tag for my own personal junk journal as a memory. And we're going to get started. So let's begin to construct our journal. Now, this journal is obviously not meant to be a standalone journal. It is going to be just sort of a tiny journal that you can tuck into your December daily or use in your journaling process. So fold up those scraps. You're going to want this journal to be about 2 inches wide and about 2¼ inches tall so that it will fit nicely into the little Dollar Tree ornament. See how I'm just sort of creating a little booklet? And then I'm going to just use my stapler and I'm going to staple them together. You can make a larger mini journal and even sew it if you wanted to. I think for my purposes, just making this tiny little stapled sort of booklet journal is the best way to go. And I am going to use that wrapping paper on the front because it is so, so cute. So it was a little long. I couldn't staple it the first time, so I just sort of snipped it a little bit, and then I'm going to use my stapler to make sure that those pages all stay together. I am using gold staples. I think that that's really cute. And then once my little booklet is nice and secure, I am going to trim it down. So I'm just going to get my paper cutter and I'm going to trim it down to about 2 inches wide and 2¼ inches tall. I'm running out of space here. I find when I Christmas craft, it's that time of year where you just run out of space. I mean, am I right? I don't know. I never have space during Christmas. By the way, if you were enjoying this video, be so kind as to give it a like, leave a comment if you have a question or anything you'd like to say. And if you subscribed, be sure to say hello so that we can connect. And I'm so grateful for your presence here. So here's our little booklet. It's all complete. I think it's adorable. Just different kinds of pages. You can add some photos, some writing, anything you want. And I just think it's a cute little touch to add into these little ornaments. You could use a bone folder to make sure that your journal will stay shut. I just didn't. I need to press it, maybe put it under a heavy book or something. So now is the fun part. We get to fill up all these little vials and the little jar with all of our little goodies. And so like I said, the way I sort of envision these journal with me ornaments is I want to add things into them that I would want to use in my process. So if you know me, you know I love charms. So of course I wanted to add some bells. I added candy canes. I thought tiny bows would be so cute to glue onto my December daily. These teeny tiny candy canes I thought would be so cute on friendship pins. So pretty much anything I loved, I'm putting into these. You want these to be very eye-catching, especially if you're going to use them for a craft fair or a boutique. You want the colors to be bright. You want people to you want it to draw them in. You want them to look at it and think, what is in this? It says a journal with me ornament. What's in here? You want them to be interested. So like I said, this would be a great craft fair item. The price point would be perfect. They're really fun and easy to make. And I think that it would really catch the eye of customers walking by. And the best part is so much of this is just made using your stash and scraps to make those tiny journals. So I honestly think this would be such a great craft fair or boutique item. I mean, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments if you think this is something that would be very easy and eye-catching at a craft fair as well. I am having the best time putting these together. I just think they're super fun. These little ornaments are very sturdy and you can just get them at the Dollar Tree. I would bet they have something similar. If your Dollar Tree doesn't have these, I would bet that Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's or any of those craft stores would have a similar ornament. So now the first thing I add into these ornaments is always the journal because I find that's kind of the hardest to place. So put that in first and then start adding your larger items. This is only the second one I've ever made, so I sort of am like flying by the seat of my pants, trying to decide what goes in best. But to be honest, you can't really do it wrong. Just start adding things in. I really wanted to add one of those big red bells, and I don't know why. I just couldn't get it sitting right, so you'll see in a minute. I kind of hit a roadblock there, but I switched that big red bell out for the smaller one that I hand painted. And all of the tags are so cute, so be sure to add a lot of those. And then, of course, I have to add a wooden ornament because if you know me, you know that I'm obsessed with those tiny wooden ornaments. And I think it's because it's so nostalgic. My mom used to hang those on our tree. I don't know. I love them. Every time I see them, I buy them. So I have hundreds. I think I honestly have hundreds. Do you have a favorite kind of vintagey ornament? I'm telling you, those little wooden ones. I also, of course, love really old kind of grungy looking glass bulbs. I don't want them to look brand new and fancy. I like when they look old. So those are definitely my two favorites, I believe. Okay, so that was me struggling, and I finally changed out the bell for a round one. I'm sure I could have made the red one work, but I was just annoyed that it wasn't happening. So anyway, I took a few of the things out. Now I put it all back in. The wooden ornament goes back in, and then I'm just going to add a whole bunch of puff balls. I just think it looks really cute. I think it adds color. Probably if you had, like, I did red and green puff balls because that's what I had. But as I'm looking at these, I think it would be really cute if you had, like, pastel puff balls or even rainbow puff balls. I think that would be so cute. Look at how adorable this is. I also feel like you could get really creative with this. This is me sort of shaking it around because I'm annoyed that you can't see the little snowman face on my bell. There it is. Look at how cute that looks. You could probably even add tiny pens or markers. You could add washi tape. I mean, honestly, there are just endless possibilities with this very simple DIY. Now, I do have these printables. I just made these very quickly. They are available if you are a part of my Patreon. If you are on the community tier or above, you can access these. If you are not, I do believe I have it set to buy them individually. And then I just use my 2-inch punch. There's that cute little sticker, and I'm going to stick it right on the front. I do think that little sticker adds such a nice little touch, especially if you plan on selling these at a craft fair or a boutique. It gives it a very finished sort of look. So now we are going to add the twine to the top to be the ornament hanger. And while you are getting your twine out and ready, make sure you have your hot glue gun going so that it's nice and warm because we will be using that to add the holly. So slip that twine in to create a loop, pull the tails through, and then once you have done that, create a simple knot right at the top, trim any excess, and you are all set. I think that makes it look really nice. Simple little ornament hanger. The only thing we have left to do is add our holly. You could add any holly at all. Like I said, I believe I got these at a craft store last year. I found some extra little bits that were already cut up because if you know me, you know, I don't usually use anything that comes the way it is. I'm always taking things apart and tinkering with it and making it my own sort of trinket. So you could also make holly leaves out of felt if you don't have these particular holly leaves. And so my hot glue gun is ready to go. I'm just going to get one holly leaf and I'm going to glue it right onto that loop. I'm going to make sure that it is actually touching the twine. And I'm doing that for a couple of reasons. A, because it will adhere to that twine and it won't come off. Sometimes when you put hot glue on metal, it will come off. But since I have it really more adhered to the twine, it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to put both those leaves on, and then I'm going to put a little dot of hot glue, and I'm going to add those 3 little puff balls. Be very careful when you're doing this, and here's my pro tip. Whenever you are working with hot glue, make sure you have a lint roller handy, because that lint roller will pick up all of those little bits of hot glue that get stuck all over you and strings everywhere. Keep that lint roller handy. See, there was a little bit on that holly leaf, and I just roll it right off. Put a little dollop of hot glue there, add those little tiny puff balls, and this ornament is done. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. I'm loving it. Well, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this very easy, beginner-friendly tutorial. It's such a fun little gift to give, and it's perfect for craft fairs and pop-ups and vendor events and swaps, you name it. This is the perfect little gift. This is my first of many holiday DIYs. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will come back again to see what else I have in store for the holiday season. Thank you so much for watching, friends, and have a really great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.